Good morning and welcome to Memphis Monday 332. I got a question for you. How are you ever going to succeed if you don't know what failure looks like? Um, I just made that up. But anyway, failure in this case is this mallet we made about 10 weeks ago, and we were pretty proud of it. But I think the wood shrunk a little bit or something, because the head won't stay on. You know, it's supposed to lock up in there. So what we're going to do is take it apart, try to figure out why it failed and fix it. That's the plan. That's my overall plan. There's some intermediate steps I haven't figured out yet. But anyway, that's what we're going to do today. So get excited and let's get to work. Now here's the mallet. I was too hard-headed to get some plans or check out any videos or anything. You're supposed to be able to cinch it down, and then it works as a mallet. See what happens? Comes off. That's what I want to fix. This is my project notebook. I'm so dumb I have to write everything down. And right here is our Mallet Memphis Monday 322. So I can fast forward it to the our Ulu knife, or cutting board. There's another cutting board. There's the tables we did. And here's our mallet. Now, can you see that? Yeah, I think you can. Well, you can see that the notion here is to make this a kind of a wedge shape in here, and then make the handle wedge shaped, and then you can put it in through this way and it will lock it in place here. Well, my work was so poor, it didn't work. So now I'm going to have to come up with a plan to fix this, or at least find out what's wrong with it and build another one, because this one didn't work. Well, since we're too hard-headed to get some plans and do it right, we're going to repair this thing. Here's a plan. I'm going to take the head and cut it right down the middle. That'll be step one. And then I'll just lay it open like an orange and inspect the mortise and evaluate what we need to do. And then step three, I'll fix the mortise angles on the head, and also adjust the handle angles so that they correctly fit in here, whatever that means. And then the red arrow here will take the whole thing back and glue it back together and test it. Well, let's set this thing down here and take a look at these mortises. Well, Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at this, turn off the camera and look at this and give this thing a think and come back with what I think we need to do. Oh, I figured it out. This is curved. Shouldn't be. Should be straight. Same with these mortises here. These mortises are curved. It's like a radius there. Well, this won't work that way. If it's a radius, there's no surface area for it to cling to. As soon as it moves, the slightest bit, it's no longer in contact. You can't have it curved like this. These need to be straight lines. Same with this. This needs to be wedge shaped, and I got this shaped like a bell. What I'm going to do is clean these mortises out. This is as a breakdown hammer. It's not going to work. It's lessons learned, but I'm going to turn it into a handle anyway. I'm going to turn it into a mallet anyway. I'm going to clean out these mortise, get the handle to fit, and glue it back together. This old mallet right here that I built years ago, use it almost every day. It's laughing right now. It's laughing at me. I'm going to fit that handle in place using fiberglass resin. It's not as good as epoxy, but I ran out of epoxy. Forgot to order it. I don't know how much of this stuff goes in there. That ought to be enough. I'm going to thicken it. I'm going to thicken it with sawdust. I keep sawdust down in this thing here. I'm not going to make it real thick. I think I just made it real thick. Now the plan is I'll glue the handle in with this resin, but the gluing the wood together here, I'll just use regular glue. One thing I can guarantee with this stuff is it will never fail. Stuff is, take epoxy sometime and mix it with sawdust and see what you get. It's so hard you can't hardly sand it. It's just incredibly tough. In boat building, they actually make a kind of boat called stitch and glue, where they take this stuff and actually stick plywood together with it. Not supposed to get that stuff on your hands, but I've never had any problems with it. I must not be allergic to it or something. This is very hard wood, by the way. This is pecan. It's in the hickory family. It will absolutely destroy saw blades and planer blades and anything else you want to destroy. Well, we're set up for a couple hours. I think maybe we'll put a big dowel through there too, just to overdo it a little bit. Well, I'll let her cook for a while. Let's take it apart. Well, I got her sanded off a little bit here. I don't like this pale color. I'm gonna see if I can't darken it up. I got this old stain here. It's a mix of several different colors. Okay, in summary, here's where we went wrong. This is a schematic of how we did that mallet in Memphis Monday 322. This was kind of a curved in a radius here. Had no holding power at all. This is how it's supposed to be, I'm guessing. A very small angle here. Maybe 1 or 2 degrees, but very small angle. As a matter of fact, the handle probably ought to continue that whole wedge shape. I think that is the right answer. And I proved that to myself by extreme example, because if I take this angle and I continue to flare it out to a ridiculous amount, the more I flare it out, the less hold it has. You can see in this example, this is like, what, a 30 degrees or so. You can see that that's not going to have any holding power at all. It's just going to fall straight off because there's no friction, there's no fiber interference here. With the small angle, you're going to get fiber interference all along this surface here, and you're also going to get friction. This would be no friction because it would simply lift away. Of course, the real error was building this thing without ever checking, without looking at any videos, without looking at any plans and trying to figure it out myself. But that's part of the fun of it. If I just wanted one of these hammers, I'd buy it. I was trying to figure out how it's done, and I think I figured it out. Well, here's our little joiner's mallet from Memphis Monday 332. We put it permanently in place because we can't seem to get the the collapsible version right yet, but we'll figure that out. Good morning. In Memphis Monday 322, we built this mallet with a removable handle and we messed it up. Today we're going to fix it. If you want to see that, stay tuned because that's what we're going to do today. Well, that does it for Memphis Monday 332. Today we tried to fix this mallet and redo the mortise and all that stuff to make this handle removable, but that was impossible because we discovered that the angle was wrong in here, and really we didn't have enough handle left to fix that. So we turned it into a fixed handle. It should work perfect now, and we'll come back and make, and now that we figured out the patent on that removable handle thing, we'll give it another college try here one of these weeks. Okay, so like, favorite, share, and all that stuff. You might check out Memphis Monday 322 if that was about 10 weeks ago. And you'll, this thing here will make a lot more sense to you. What's the most important thing? Make sure you're back here next week for another exciting Memphis Monday. Thanks for playing along.